left
to
your
detain
channel.
and
No, no, no.
question.
No, no,
Okay.
no. Reasonable suspicion is not the fact that we know. If we know
Okay.
someone is armed and dangerous, that is
Mm-hmm.
probable cause. But if we have reasonable suspicion, what does that mean?
User disconnected from your channel.
Hello? Officer Ann, do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Well, what's going on?
Uh, I thought I think there's throat on their throat. Ano.
User
There's
joined your
something on
channel.
their mouth.
Officer Ann, would you, cause I only have a short time here.
Okay, okay.
Will you be able to take, Cadet Vance on a
Okay.
ride along after this? Just take
Yes.
care of him?
Okay. I will.
User joined your channel. User left your channel.
Are you good, Grayson?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Sergeant, are you there?
Ako si Sergeant.
Sergeant's not working. It's not talking. All right. Well, if it's just the two of you. Okay. Do you know what reasonable suspicion is, Officer Ann?
I don't know the definition.
Reasonable suspicion
User
is
left
the
your
legal
channel.
standard of proof that relies on a set of observable behaviors that independently may be innocuous, but combined are suspicious to a reasonable officer with the same amount of training and experience. It is grounds for us to do our job. If we have reasonable suspicion, we are allowed to take a few sets of actions. To simply put it, if we have reasonable suspicion
User
that
left
someone
your
is
channel.
has committed, or is about to commit a crime, then we have a right to question them, detain someone for questioning. We have the right to detain someone to frisk them for weapons. That is it. That is how we do our job. That is what allows us to do our job. If this department does not understand or know what reasonable suspicion is, at the very least, then this department is in trouble. So I'm going to ask you again. What is reasonable suspicion? Anyone? Takers?
Reasonable.
No. Okay. Well, we cannot move on if no one knows reasonable suspicion. Officer Vance?
Yes, Commander.
Did you not hear me?
I hear you, I hear you.
Well, I asked you a question.
Pardon, pardon.
What is reasonable suspicion? I've explained this 3 times already.
These are ground for our police
User
officers.
joined your channel. User joined your channel.
You can speak in Tagalog if you're having trouble. Or do you still not understand? Okay.
Don't understand.
All right.
Come on.
All right. Let's move on. Probable cause. Probable cause is also grounds, legal grounds. It is the reasonable belief that someone has committed a crime based on specific articulable facts. It is when you know that someone has committed a crime someone you highly suspect according to evidence that they have committed a crime. That is grounds for arresting and searching and seizing that's ground for arresting someone. That is grounds for searching someone, for searching things. It is grounds for seizing things. That is what allows us to do our job. That is what allows us to arrest people. Okay? Is that understood?
Uh,
Officer Ann? Yes? Cadet
Uh,
Vance?
Yes, sir.
the
Cadet Grayson Vance?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Officer Ann.
the
Do you have a
example of
question?
probable cause, it's if you saw or if we have evidence to search or
Yeah,
to
if you have
arrest them.
evidence, that's
Okay.
probable
Yes.
cause.
Okay.
So let me try and explain to you simply what
User
is
disconnected
how to
from your channel.
what these two things are.
User
Number
left your
one,
channel.
reasonable suspicion. You can detain and frisk someone, you can question someone, and you can try to get probable cause. For example, reasonable suspicion, you are only allowed to you
User
are
joined
not
your
allowed
channel.
to search someone. You are not allowed to arrest someone because you don't have probable cause. You only have reasonable suspicion. But if you have reasonable suspicion that someone is armed, you have the right
Okay.
to detain them by stopping them where they are. They
Okay.
are you have a lawful command. You're lawfully commanding them to stay where they
User
are.
left your
That is a
channel.
lawful command, and that is detaining someone. Okay? Detaining someone is not handcuffing or arresting someone. That's a different thing. Detaining is keeping someone in their place when you need to, according to your job. That is reasonable suspicion only. So, for example, you have reasonable suspicion that someone is armed and dangerous, but you do not have probable cause yet to arrest them. So, what do? You detain
To
them,
detain
then
or
you frisk them.
questioning him. Okay.
Yes, you question, and then if they admit to, if you can question them, you ask them if they're committing a crime, and they say yes, that's probable cause to arrest. If you're frisking someone and you feel a weapon, that's probable cause to because they have probable cause. You can seize the weapon to search it, to search its serial number. You can that is probable cause. That's what you got. See, you can understand that there's two levels to this: reasonable suspicion and probable cause. Good. Okay.
Okay. So we don't have right to search him if we don't have
User joined your
probable
channel.
cause, right?
Yeah, you do not have the right to search anyone if you don't
Okay.
have probable cause.
Okay.
But if you have probable cause, you can search the suspect, you can make an arrest, and you can search their vehicle if their vehicle was involved in the crime. Okay?
The example then the probable cause. If I saw my eyes, what he
If you saw
doing,
in your eyes, yeah,
that
what
is
he's doing.
probable
For
cause.
example, you see him pull out a gun. That is
Okay.
probable cause. You don't
Okay.
need reasonable suspicion. It's probable
Okay.
cause. Yeah, that can be seen as brandishing.
Mhm.
Probable
User
probable
disconnected
cause
from your
to
channel.
believe that this man
joined your
has committed a crime by brandishing a weapon, and you
Okay.
see that is because you see him do it. For example, he's reaching into his pocket. He puts something in his pocket, but you do not see what it is. What is that? That is reasonable suspicion.
Mhm. And another question: how about the witness only who saw that he doing that or he pull a gun? The
That
witness
is
only.
basically word versus
User
word. That is
disconnected from your
if
channel.
he says,
Yes.
if for example another person that is not
User
you
disconnected from your
is
channel.
The witness only.
is basically witnessing
User joined your
that
channel.
someone has a gun,
Yes.
that is only reasonable suspicion because it's
Oh.
his word versus their word. You don't know exactly. You did not see it yourself, but they say they saw it, so that's reasonable suspicion. At least you
Okay.
can detain and frisk someone.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Noted.
All right. I hope everyone understood that. That is, um, that is the first grounds of for the classroom.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, everyone's dismissed.
Okay. Thank you, Commander.
Thank you, Commander.
Of
User joined your
course, it's my
channel.
job.
Grayson, may pagkain ka pa?
User left your channel.
Sir Jumbo, andyan ka pa? Hello?
User joined your channel. User left your channel. User disconnected from your channel.
Oscar 35 going 1041. Good night.
From 19 going 1042. Good night.
May pagkain ka pa? Pingin nga, nagugutom na ako.
Yes.
Dalawa lang.
Sige, kumain mo na yan. Busog ka. You have the right to the next side.
Ito na ako matulog. Medyo,
Sige, sige.
hindi ko sure kung anong
User
araw
left
ako
your channel.
makabalik. I-assure ko lang sa apartment.
User joined your channel.
Oh, sige lang. Where are you, motherfucker?
Na pupunta ang